Look, Nigerians, I want to clarify something. Religion is not the problem in Nigeria. Rather, religious hypocrisy is the biggest pacification in Nigeria because it pacifies your pain into suffering. There's a difference between pain and suffering. Pain is a beautiful thing. Pain is a gift from God. It's a blessing because pain is the opposite of love. My definition of love is oneness, wholeness, completion. Think about pain as a reminder of when you're not in completion, when you're not one whole, including when you're not in completion with yourself. So when you're feeling depression, when you're feeling anxiety, that's because you're not in one whole with yourself. When you're feeling pain with your partner, that's because you're not in one whole with your partner because you're supposed to be 1 + 1 = 1. Same thing to repeat in body, mind, and spirit. Think about it from a literal perspective. Imagine your hand is hurting. As a result, you are not one whole in your body. The most logical thing for you to do because you feel pain is for you to go to the hospital. And then when you get to the hospital, the doctor will run tests and probably find out that you have precursor for some type of cancer. And because you listened to the pain and went to the hospital, you're able to mitigate the problem, alleviating the pain and subsequently saving you from cancer. So in that context, pain is a gift from God. Your ability to feel pain is a gift from God. However, when you feel pain and you are in denial of your pain, that creates suffering. Suffering is not of God. Suffering is perverse because only humans can create suffering, not God. God has given you the gift of pain for you to feel pain. Now it's up to you to do something as a result of this knowledge. But when you are aware of your pain, but you are in denial of your pain, that creates suffering. So going back to the pain in your hand, that would be equivalent to you pretending that the pain is not there because somebody got into your head and told you that real men don't cry, boys don't cry, boys will be boys because traditionally this is what it means to be a big boy. This is what it means to be a big girl. Meanwhile, you are there dying silently, suffering silently, even though you have the gift of knowledge of pain, but it's up to you to do something about it. And a lot of times, the reason why people are in denial of their pain is because of pacification. People are attracted to certain kinds of vices that help pacify their pain. In Nigeria, that vice is religion. But the problem with religion in Nigeria is that everybody knows that we are doing nonsense. So, like, literally everybody knows we are doing nonsense. You see people that go to church on Sunday. Some people even go to church on Saturday. Funde Sabbath, SDA people, Gekwante. We know that we are doing nonsense and rubbish. But we still they go church because that's the nonsense and rubbish that our parents have carved inside our head. And nobody is sitting down and asking, church I ain't go. This church that we're going to. After praying and doing all these things, nothing is happening. Even if the country is even depreciating, nobody is asking that question. So as a result of going back to the same religious practices that don't serve us, even though we know that it's not working, or even though we know it's nonsense and rubbish, only for us to go back to a boncha, watch a blue film, and then and then on top of that, in denial of our pain, that is what pacifies our pain into suffering. This is why Nigerians say suffering and smiling. That's the problem. Religious hypocrisy, not religion. Remember, religion is cultural. Spirituality is individual. Christianity and Islam is not our culture. Do not forget who brought those to our lands. Until we start to recognize that our ancestors knew something that we don't know, until we start to collectively start seeing that we are all collectively misaligned as a result of embodying and practicing somebody else's culture, aka our colonizers' culture, this is just the beginning of our suffering, aka hell on earth. Uche, peace and love.